Raymond has the same sort of swag that Obama had. Our Kind of People, the book, is a documentary about the so-called Black elite. They are a very small, although widespread in this country, community of very wealthy people who have been wealthy over a number of generations. Our series takes place in Martha's Vineyard, which is where a lot of these folks vacation for the summer. The series essentially is about Black women and about Black generational wealth. I mean, with all due respect, we are not a series like something like Raisin in the Sun. We are more. This series is more about raising our sons and daughters in the sun of generational wealth and opportunity.
And I think that's what's so provocative about it. Unless you do a lot of reading, it's going to be an awakening for so many people, I think, don't you?
I agree. I mean, I think this is, what's great about the series is we've not seen this before. I mean, I think a lot of what television and film portrays in terms of Black people are Black people in struggle, either struggle to just get their heads above water or struggle with equality in this country, struggle because they're in poverty or whatever it is. And this is a group of people who did all of that many, many years ago. I mean, folks have been coming to Martha's Vineyard since the late 1800s. And they found ways through education and through accomplishment to overcome the racial covenants that were sort of put in place that they found ways to go around or go under or go over. The Vineyard being one of them. When people first started coming to the Vineyard, there were no hotels for Black folks to stay at. So originally what happened was you'd go to the Vineyard and you would spend time in somebody's house and you'd have a party in their backyard. And this grew and grew and grew until finally a lot of people, Black folks who lived in Boston or Philadelphia or New York and even as far away as Chicago started coming to the Vineyard to celebrate and relax their, as I say, generational wealth.
And this is such a provocative thing right now. I think the timing of this show is so great because there's a national conversation about us being aware of our collective history in this country and uncovering all of the layers of this. And this is such a different tact to that.
I think that what happens is, when we think about like slavery and all of those kinds of things, the thing that we forget is that a lot of those men and women who were brought over from Africa, they had skills. Some of them had, raised produce and crops. Some of them had dealt with livestock. Some of them had worked with metal or leather. And then when they got here, they were either put in the house or put in the field, and they used those skills to sort of make themselves be noticed. As we've all heard, it's, knowing where you come from certainly helps knowing certainly where you're going.
You also direct in some of these episodes. Is that true? And how do you enjoy that?
I'm in prep now for episode 7. I love directing. I directed on Scandal and I directed on other shows that I've been on. I sort of love it. I mean, for me, as an actor, you're sort of concerned with your story in any particular episode. As the director, you're concerned with the whole story. And I'm the kind of director who is completely collaborative. So I want to hear from the actors. I want to hear from every department head in terms of what they can contribute to the episode.
And I suppose because it's Martha's Vineyard, there are the natural assumptions that Morris Chestnut's character in this is very President Obama-like. You've been on the inside of that. Is Morris using? I hope I can ask him directly soon. But is he using Obama as any sort of frame of reference? And do you find that?
I kind of spoke to him about that last night. I think he certainly feels complimented that people think that's kind of what's going on. What happened was, I think, is the way the character was described was that Raymond has the same sort of swag that Obama had.
What a great way to put it.
Certainly Morris has all of that. He has all of that. But when I asked him about playing Obama or using Obama as kind of a resource for the character, he said not in this case, but he was very, very complimented by what people are saying.
Yeah, how could you not be flattered, right? That's pretty good company.